Hey guys, welcome to Localite. John Compton here. As always, it's great to have you with me. And in studio with me is Mike Murnane, and he is a San Francisco-based character designer, sculptor, storyteller, all kinds of things. So we're going to talk about that. So Mike, thanks for coming in.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, well, it's cool meeting you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love this kind of stuff that you work on. I mean, you actually take and create little sculptures that end up like in movies.
Yeah. Designing, creating, storytelling all day long.
Yeah, you've worked on some really big films, and we'll get into that in just a few minutes.
Right.
But I want to talk a little bit about how you got into this, where the interest came from. Was this always a goal for you, or?
Kind of. I was always drawing. You know, you start drawing as a little kid, and you know, most people are like, oh yeah, I used to draw that. I just never stopped. Kept drawing, kept wanting to, you know, be superheroes and monsters and all that stuff. Little boy things, the usual guns, monsters, superheroes. And I just kept drawing and kept doing it. Got into architecture in high school, loved that. Was like, okay, cool, I'll be an architect, this seems fun. Got into architecture type school in college and said, okay, I don't want to do that because it was too technical. I realized I liked the design portion and the actual creating of something, just that part of just the concept. So I just bailed on the architecture and started doing design, like just drawing classes, like kind of first stage, you know, figure drawing and drawing from photographs, whatever, just like your early level art classes of just getting like full-time artist. You know, trying to get a degree. I transferred to Long Beach State in California and started studying illustration because it just kind of, you know, my path as I said no to that and yes to that. Oh, cool, illustration, that sounds fun. And because it is a, you know, single image creating a story. You know, you're trying to put all these characters and things in, and the composition and everything relates to a specific story, like an editorial illustration.
Right.
And I liked doing that. I liked one-off comics, like those Far Side comics, even Peanuts and Calvin Hobbes and stuff. I love that stuff. And then I was always drawing creatures and characters and evolving through college, doing figure drawing and evolving into distorted figures. I really like distorting, you know, like traditional figure drawing is beautiful to do, but I always loved just going into a distorted creature thing. And I loved, like, you know, Tokyo artwork that came from other countries, like especially like the Ultraman Saturday morning kind of Power Rangers type stuff. But Ultraman I think was the original, and it was just, you know, I never got up early in the morning until that show came on. Then I'd get up at 7 and watch Ultraman, and it was just, you know, giant superhero who could turn super huge and fights giant monsters, Godzilla, all that stuff was, you know, all kind of forming into my maximum nerd power to come out of college, and just sculpture just started falling into my lap. A friend worked at a toy company doing painting prototypes, and we went there, an illustration buddy and I, just to maybe do some illustrations for them, and they're, oh yeah, this is cool, we don't have any illustration work, but we're looking for sculptors. And I was like, that sounds fun. Because in college I had taken a little bit of sculpture, and it was like, what is this feeling? I had never had so much like natural confidence or something.
So it was, and the natural ability was just there.
Well, I had been training a lot in illustration. It's the same training. It's just a different discipline that you're, you know, exporting it with. It's 2D, you know, taking a 2D surface and making illusion into 3D, and sculpture is the God making it kind of stuff. And, you know, you're working around all these other artists, so you're getting their take on it. And so the collaborative thing, which kind of dovetails into the movie thing, it's very collaborative. Like, you know, a lot of times you claim, oh yeah, I did that, that's mine, I did it, and it's mine. And then, well, have you ever seen, you know, Miyazaki's work? And say, well, yeah. Like, well, that looks just like it. And like, oh, well, yeah. It's, you know, it's all this I don't even know if it's homogenized, but you're just, everything is a collaboration through all these people that have done it before, and I loved to stray from it, you know, to just copy the old stuff. I didn't like it, so I always was trying to find my own kind of path, without looking for a style, I guess. And my like instructors in college were very much, they're just like, they were stressing figure, and imagination. Like, just keep drawing, keep doing things, study, but then, you know, have the storytelling bit of just be imaginative. Like, your ideas are your most powerful thing anyway.
Right.
Like, you can always sit and practice and copy the masters and get something out of it for sure. But adding your own bit was always my, like, the highest desire to kind of have. I guess that's the fine art side, where it's not commercial art. It's very much just like, I'm doing whatever I want. And, you know, there's always those things coming in of, am I going to show it to this person? Will they like it? Oh, they're better than me. But it's always just like, who cares? I'm going to find that place where it's just like,
yeah.
Like, now I'm feeling my thing.
When did you start actually, like, getting paid for it? What was your first job? And was it sculpting?
Like, that first place that said, oh, we're looking for sculptors, sorry. And
Oh, they hired you?
Yeah, I did a little test of just sculpt this thing and match it, keep track of your time. They gave me some clay and a tool, and I just did it. Told them 12 hours it took, and they were like, okay, well, you're hired. And I did toys for a while, and worked with another guy. I got fired from that first place a month later and went on to a friend of theirs. He had another studio, and he just kind of mentored me, Roger Boggs. He was just this great old sculptor, fine art guy. He almost made it in the fine art world.
Oh, really?
So we'd have these great conversations of that, you know, two places of being in the full fine art and being in commercial art. And, you know, for me, it's constant. Try to stay on the line, because you can drift. I mean, drifting into fine art can be great if you're, you know, making a living somehow. But I just got lucky that I love creatures, monsters, characters, and that happens to be what, you know, toys are all about. That, you know, just Ninja Turtle weapons and.
Well, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk to you about ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and then, like, Bump in the Night, some of these things and these experiences in your life. So you guys will be right back with Mike Murnane, and we'll continue the conversation right after these messages. Stick with us.